at the Harrah Poker Room. This place has a special place in my heart because it's where I won one of my first tournaments. Well, we chopped at the end, but still in Florida, one of my very first tournaments won, if not the first. So we're gonna hop into some 1-2, we're gonna play a little poker, and we'll see how it goes. So I look down at King 8 suited, and I call the $2. The flop comes 6-7-3 with 2 clubs. It gets checked around to an 8 of diamonds on the turn. It gets checked to me, I bet $5, and we get raised to 20. Now this is the very first hand I played, and I don't know any of these players yet. This is the only image I have of his stack at the table, but he's got well over $1,000 for a 1-2 game. So I feel like he's using that stack against me to get me off the hand, but at the same time, I don't know this player. Maybe he does have something good. Maybe he just hit a straight. I don't think it's a good idea me putting 20% of my stack on a top pair with not the best kicker. Flush could come out, a bunch of other hands. So I'm gonna fold this hand, see how this person plays a little bit more. So after playing hands like Queen Jack offsuit with the $2 or the $5 straddle and just completely missing the flop, started dwindling down on chips, especially when you're getting hands like these and these and these. So this is a very important hand to note. The player to my left has Ace 8 suited. The person who was dominating in chips has 9 deuce suited. The board came Ace 8 deuce, 9 deuce. These are the kind of players that I like to avoid. I only like to play against them if I have the nuts or a guaranteed winner. They either got these chips one of 2 ways. One, they're playing perfect poker, which is almost impossible. Or 2, like we see in this case, he's getting very lucky. After all those horrible hands, finally looking down at a decent one. King Jack offsuit on the button. I make it $12 to go, and we get 1 caller. The board comes 9-3 deuce rainbow. He checks, I check it back. We hit an ace of diamonds on the turn. He checks, and I make it 20, as it's a card that more better represents me than it does him at this point. As I'm assembling my chips, though, he gets really angry. Our bluff got through. I was thinking about showing the bluff, but he seemed pissed already, so I think that would have made it worse. Maybe he'll see this hand if he watches the vlog. Not really getting good or bad hands now. Losing a small pot, then winning a small pot, then losing a small pot. Now this one's a doozy. I look down at Ace 10 offsuit, mid position, facing an all-in blind from under the gun. I make the call for $23, and the button, who was the person dominant in chips, puts me all in. I really think about making this call. I don't know if I'm going to play it on screen for how long it went for, but the person who was dominant in chips has been showing nothing but winners since I sat down. Especially true with weird, really unorthodox hands like that 9 deuce I showed you guys earlier. After thinking about it for a long time, I make a fold because I really only brought 1 bullet with me and I didn't want to go home right now. Probably not the way I should have thought about this hand. I probably should have just shoved. He probably doesn't have anything beating me here. At the same time, this would have been for all my chips. I didn't really think it was the right time to make the call. So I fold, and we see a run out where the all-in blind player from under the gun rivered a straight versus 2 pairs on the flop of jacks and 10s from the person who was dominant in chips. The problem is that I would have rivered the ace high straight, getting a triple up. Bad fold on my part, I guess. If the hand was suited, I definitely would have been in there. I don't think making a call with ace 10 is the best move, but at the same time, we had the all-in player already. There was odds of me getting at least 23 from him, even if I lost to the other player. I'm going to write this one off as a bad fold. But you guys let me know what you guys think.
Huh? Rock?
So after looking at junk again and again and again, when I look at ace king with a pretty decently low stack, I make it 12 pre-flop and we get one caller. The board comes 3, 6, 10 with 2 diamonds. I see bet trying to just get the pot right now because I don't have anything. He makes the call. I throw out another bet. I'm all in for 15. Now with the jack, we have a straight draw and 2 overs to the board. He makes the call again and we hit the ace on the river. I show top pair, top kicker, and he mucks his hand. He says that he had a straight draw and a flush draw and missed both.
Raise make it 30.
Man, that was the big change.
Yes. My patience finally pays off. We look down at pocket aces mid-position. If you guys remember, like from the ace-10 hand or previous hands before that, anytime I bet or someone else at the table bet, he almost always raised. So I'm hoping that's going to happen again here.
15.
So we bet 15, and when it's on him, our plan works perfectly. He goes all in. It's back on us. Of course, we're making the call, and we're going to a run-up.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. I knew to avoid this player at all costs from the very second I sat down and noticed the hands that he was winning. It was just his night. Whether he had a good hand like ace king and he got lucky, or he had a bad hand like 9 deuce and runner to full house. This player was not someone that I wanted to tangle with, but it would be absolutely crazy to fold pocket aces pre-flop, right? And then we'll never see the board, so then I'll just be made fun of my whole life. That's poker for you, right? Oh, man. Don't you hate when that happens? Tried avoiding that player all night. I knew because he had the big stack and the hands I saw him play. It's just, he was... I mean, when you have that big of a stack playing 1-2, 2 things are happening. Either you're playing perfect, right? Like perfectly well, and you're getting your opponents to have perfect cards, or you're getting extremely lucky. Now, the time I sat at this table, I could be wrong, but this player was getting very lucky. I really hope I got the 9 deuce hand on film. I don't know if I did. Man, this dude just was... he was running away with it. He had full control of the table, and nothing could win against him, really. I think the biggest pot I seen him lose since I sat down at the table is where he put like $14 in. He didn't lose a pot where he had $20 or more in the pot. Super unfortunate, but it's almost 2 a.m. I got a pretty decent drive, pretty tired. But yeah, just... man, if I win that hand, I double up. Cards wasn't in my favor tonight. I made like 1 or 2 bad folds, but they wasn't like catastrophic. Well, I guess one of them was missing the ace high straight on the river, which really and truthfully, if I called the flop and the flop came the way it did, I probably would have folded to a big bet because there was 2 clubs or 2 spades out there. So if they did go all in anyways, I mean, with middle pair going all in against those players that were getting as lucky as they was, waiting for runner straight isn't really the best way to play. And I think going all in pre-flop, ace-10 off, probably isn't the best move either. I know there's an argument to be made that it's only a 1-2 no limit. See, I don't know about like the poker charts Brad and other people use, but me personally, shoving all in with ace-10, I don't think is the right move there, but you guys tell me, you guys let me know. Oh man, hate to book a loss, but we're in for 100 and we're out for 0. At least we got it in good, right? That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next poker vlog.